Hey there, y'all. Bunkle here. Hope you've been having a blessed day. Hope every day is a blessed day for you. So, in this, I'm going to be opening up two rack packs of 1988 tops. Now, I would say for anybody who was a kid in 1988, these two packs would have been a gold mine. These would have been the packs you'd grab. You got a Mark McGwire on top. And yeah, sure, you know what? The Wade Boggs All-Star, but you got Mark McGwire on one, and you got Jose Canseco on the other. I mean, that's two diamond packs, two gem packs. That's the canary in the coal mine, or whatever other analogy you want to use. Back in 1988, that was the Bash Brothers. That was the future definite absolute Hall of Fame sluggers. Little did we know. Anyway, there's a lot of good cards, a lot of great players that could be possible in these two packs. Having Hall of Fame cards right up on top, those All-Star cards, that's always a great thing. Hall of Famers that could be found in here, of course, are players like Rickey Henderson, Nolan Ryan, Mike Schmidt, non-Hall of Famer, but maybe someday, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. Well, Keith Hernandez won't ever make it into the Hall of Fame. The one thing that I will say, okay, and Don Sutton, another Hall of Famer. Tons and tons and tons of Hall of Famers here. I could probably talk for the next 10 minutes about the Hall of Fame players and their careers and that could be in these packs. But you know what? Let's talk about, I guess, the cards themselves. If you're looking for PSA 10 values, okay, and you know what? That's something that we definitely do. It's always great to find something perfect centering, corners, edges, and all that great stuff, and send it in for grading and come back with that PSA 10. Now, surprisingly, okay, the highest price card in a PSA 10 grade ever sold from the 1988 set is John Cangelosi. Now, why somebody would pay almost $700 for that in a PSA 10? Yeah, sure, it's low pop, and maybe it's a set collector. I mean, somebody like me that these cards came out when they were like at the height of their collecting time. I'd say the height of my collecting was probably from 82 to 88, maybe 89. I wasn't as involved in 89. I was definitely a baseball fan and much into the game at that time. And of course, I got caught up a bit into the Griffey hype. In 89, I wouldn't touch Upper Deck packs because, unfortunately, they were kind of out of my price range. And yeah, sure, you know what? I didn't get the whole gimmicky, they're not going to be fake with this hologram and all this other junk that they put into it. I didn't really get that. Sure, they were nice looking cards, that's definite. But I didn't buy into all of that. And you know what? Maybe I should have. If you look back in hindsight, everything's 2020. Outside the Cangelosi on a PSA 10, Tom Brunansky's a great hit. Dwight Gooden, Steve Ontiveros, Calvin Schiraldi. That's the top 5 PSA sales, PSA 10 sales, I should say. All of those are over $200 in a PSA 10 holder. Then you have Don Sutton, Hall of Famer, of course, at 202, so also over $200. The Nolan Ryan, that's the, I guess, best player in the set, best pitcher definitely of that time. Arguably so. I mean, we could always discuss that. But his card in this is somewhere around 150, 160 bucks in a PSA 10. So definitely some value. It seems like the 88s, 86, 7, 8, 9, definitely have gotten a bit more respect over the years in a PSA 10. I would probably guess, because centering on these can definitely be an issue. Sure, edges, corners, and all of that. I mean, there's billions of these cards out. That's a given. How many packs are not yet open? I have no idea. I mean, I probably have like 50 or 60 of these rack packs up on the shelf. So, I mean, I know there's at least a multiple of 60 out there in the wild, probably close to like 60 million between rack packs, wax packs, cello packs. I also have a bunch of boxes of cello packs over here waiting to open up. I'll end up getting to those at some time. But anyway, let's get ripping here, y'all. I'm going to start with the Canseco pack. I got a bunch of frappers over here good to go. Let's see what kind of great stuff we get up on the Wall of Fame this time. It's always potential for great cards, that's for sure. Okay, we got ourselves the Andre Dawson. A nice shine to that, that's for sure. Now, yeah, I might as well. I'll put that on the side. I'll frapper that up. Kevin Seitzer was supposed to be a great rookie, supposed to have a great career. I mean, it was mediocre, more or less. Jose Guzman, Jesse Barfield, great player. Didn't exactly get Hall of Fame numbers. Gary Redus, Bobby Meacham, Fernando Valenzuela. Now, I'm going to frapper that one up, although you know what, centering is ugly on that. And a PSA 10 holder, that's $135. This is definitely not a 10 just based on that centering. So sorry, Fernando Mania. You go sit down. Got Mitch Webster, Claudell Washington, Wayne Tollison. Now you see that's a nicely centered card. But yeah, he's not on the list. Not that I'm aware of. He's definitely not in the top 20. The Claudell, believe it or not, actually is. So I'm wondering, no, your centering is off left to right. You sit down, sir. Let's keep this moving. Mike Schofield, Luis Aguayo, Jack Clark, Mike Boddicker, great pitcher, strong pitcher, definitely from that time. And Oral Hershiser wrapping that one up. So, at best, I'm going to be putting the Dawson in. Although the centering is bad on that, I'll still end up putting it in a Hall of Fame pack. Hall of Fame packs. Y'all can find them in my eBay shop. I'll post a link down below to my eBay. If you're a collector or you know somebody who's a collector for a particular team, be it baseball, football, hockey, definitely take a look. See, I have all teams up there, 100 card packs. And I don't exactly hold back. I know I've put Hall of Famers in there no matter what the sport is. So yeah, I also have what I call Hall of Fame packs, only baseball. Those are a stack of Hall of Famers, also at a great price. Take a look at the eBay store. Starting off with Canseco. Gonna frapper him up anyway. Tony Armas. You can see what I'm saying as far as centering. Scott Bales. Looks like he wants to bail out of that card. Steve Kiefer, Ted Power, Winfield. All right, we got ourselves a Hall of Famer there. That Winfield smirk. Junior Ortiz, Doc Edwards. That's Doc Senior, I guess. Mel Hall, young card of him. Didn't put it on all his weight yet. It's late in his career, though. He's got 8 years in. Still looks slim pickings there. Joey Maya, Deion James, and another Hall of Famer. Horribly centered Wade Boggs, but you know what? I'll take that. And, of course, in every pack just about, we got a checklist. And Butch Weiniger. So let's get these two frappered up. Got 2 more cards going up on the Wall of Fame there. Well, 3 more, because I'm going to be putting the Canseco up there. He's not Hall of Fame, and, you know, with the whole who did what as far as different substances back in the day, and you know what, my take on it is there's players then, now, since the beginning of time that have tried to get a competitive edge. And I always just ask the question, you know what, there's days I take aspirin because I have a headache. Now, I know if I was a ball player, if I had a headache, I would definitely take aspirin. And wouldn't aspirin be a performance enhancer as well? I mean, I can't see straight when I have a bad headache. Aspirin or Tylenol or Excedrin, whatever I might end up taking, gets rid of the headache. It helps my performance. It lets me see the ball. So, I don't know. Got Frankie V, Paul Nose, Felix Furman, Bob Boone, generation after generation of baseball player in that family, Albert Hall, Bob Stanley, Tommy Hinzo, don't know who Hinzo was, Jeff Russell, the Royals leaders, okay, Bert Blyleven, Hall of Famer there, nicely centered, that one I'll say, that one's a very nicely centered card. If you see the right to left, top to bottom might be a smidge off, but I'll take a look at that one under the scope later. Johnny Franco, Ross Jones, Tony Bernazard. And is that Benito Santiago? Yes, it sure is. Santiago's 34-game hitting streaks. That's rookie standard. All right, y'all. Well, that's pack number 1. Fun and done. Let's keep that up on the wall. And get to pack number 2 here. The one with the McGwire middle card. I didn't take a look. See, you know what? I'm not going to take a look and see what's on the back. Not yet. I'll wait like y'all. All right, Wade Boggs, Gary Templeton, Bill Dawley, Pat Tabler, Tony Pena, great catcher, Von Hayes, Terry Francona, and another. This one is the Benito Santiago, I guess what we'd call base card. Rich Gedman, Tom Candiotti, Dickie Knowles, now with the Tigers. It's an interesting Dickie Knowles card. I don't recall ever seeing the traded stamp on an 88 card. I'm going to keep that one on the side. Just keep that one on the top box. Andres Galarraga, Lee Elia, and Tony Fernandez. Nice young card of him. If not for him, Jeter would have been waiting maybe a couple more years before he broke into the majors. Not a great thing when a player gets hurt, but if he didn't get hurt, who knows? Jeter might have stayed in the minors for 3, 4, 5 years. He might have had 7 rookie cards, going from 93 to 99 or something. It's like those old comic books, the what ifs. Okay, McGwire's going on a frapper. Rick Cerone, Brett Butler, Terry McGriff, Matt Young, Bob Kipper, not the fish, Rafael Belliard, Jeff Montgomery, Lloyd Mosby, Charlie Bryan, Robbie Thompson, Ken Landreau, Mookie Wilson, and Tim Burtsis. Now, if Mookie Wilson would have known what was going to happen later in 1980, well, 88, if he would have known. All right, last part of this rack. Got Jim Gott, Mike Moore, Expos leaders. Okay, so I don't know. That's usually not how you take fielding practice. Horrible picture. Dwayne Henry, Mark Kubica, Mickey Brantley, Don Gordon, Al Pidrick, the Indians leaders. All right, got DeAndre Dawson. Oh, nice. And we got the Al Leiter. Now, there's 2 versions of this card, of course. You have the Al Leiter that is really Al Leiter, and then you have the Al Leiter that's not Al Leiter. That was one of what we considered a chase card back then. Just because it was definitely interesting. It was either Al Leiter or another player on the team. If I'm not mistaken, you could tell because there's a Yankee logo. If you see there's a no Yankee logo on this shirt, that's the higher valued one. Then you have the one with the Yankee logo on the top. When I say higher value, don't get all excited. I think the PSA value on it is something around $30 only in a PSA 10. So you sit down. Got Brad Arnsberg, George Frazier, and the Mariners leaders. Yep, Griffey Jr.'s not up yet. He's still sitting, waiting to get his turn. It's not 1989 yet. This is 1988. Anyway, so pretty good Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame. Got 3 of the All-Star cards. Of course, we started off with the McGwire, Canseco, Dawson, and Boggs. So, all in all, definitely not too bad packs. Got some great players out of there. Hall of Famers, some all-time greats. And Bert Blyleven, who just pitched for forever. And if you pitch 45 years, you might get a whole bunch of strikeouts and wins also. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Y'all take care. Stay well. Stay blessed. Bunkle out.